Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show and the 2015 WWE Beast in the East preview. Yeah, you heard me right. July 4th, 4:30 a.m. on the WWE Network. WWE will present to you the Beast in the East. It's a live show from Tokyo, Japan. The first ever live WWE show from Tokyo. This card actually is a pretty decent card. We got first match. We got Cesaro versus Diego. Obviously with Tyson Kidd getting hurt, and so Kidd and Cesaro, you know, that tag team going down by the wayside. They're supposed to have a tag title shot here. We got Cesaro versus one half of Los Matadores, Diego. Obviously Tyson Kidd being out 12 to 13 months. Cesaro's going to go on his own. Obviously I think he needs to make a big impact. Obviously with Vince not really high on Cesaro, his mic skills and how he is with the crowd. Cesaro, you know, to me, one of the top 10, top 12 best wrestlers in the world right now. He's got a lot to prove to Vince, a lot to prove to WWE. So hopefully getting the victory here will start the path on maybe hopefully Cesaro over the next year, a World Championship run eventually. Next, we have the first time on WWE television in, I want to say 2 years, if not longer. We have Y2J Chris Jericho versus Neville. Obviously Chris Jericho only doing house shows, only doing non-televised events for WWE for the last year. It's great to see him on WWE Network again versus Neville, the man that gravity forgot. Obviously we all know how great Chris Jericho is. We've seen how good Neville's becoming. Neville, just, I mean, what can you say? That Red Arrow finisher, just the man that gravity forgot versus Y2J. Looking forward to this. When J-Man first told me about this show and I seen this card, that's the first match I went to and went, oh my god, that can be the match of the night and match of the year. I mean, obviously, as good as those two guys are, can't wait to see that. I got Neville winning that. You know, Jericho's at the point in his career where I can see being live on the WWE Network, I can see Jericho wanting Neville to get over and giving Neville the victory there. Next, we have a title match, non-title for the non-title tag match. We have Champion New Day versus Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalistico. This is a good chance for the Lucha Dragons to get a non-title, non-championship victory over New Day, which put them on, on that path to getting a title shot. Obviously, we've seen Lucha Dragons way over with the fans when they came up from NXT earlier this year. I would love to see them as champions. When I first match I seen was on Raw and was like, whoa, these guys are, it's actually a really good tag team. I really like the cohesiveness of these guys and the moves and everything. So I look at them giving New Day a big run here and getting a non-title victory. So I got the Lucha Dragons winning that. Next we have a triple threat for the women's title. We have champion Nikki Bella versus Naomi versus Paige. Again, just reincarnated or regurgitated garbage here with these divas. Obviously, recently starting to watch the WWE Network and checking out NXT and Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Bayley and Emma, and the list goes on and on. And these divas down in NXT putting on 4-star matches, and this is the regurgitated garbage we end up in WWE. So I got Nikki Bella retaining here. I know Paige probably can't wait for some of the NXT divas, actual wrestling divas, to get to the main roster and finally have a WWE divas division that is just, second to none from the 2000s when you had Trish and Beth and all them. So Lita and Trish and who else was a part of that? I mean, the China and the divas way back then. So Nikki Bella getting the win and retaining the women's title. Hopefully not for long until Charlotte makes an appearance. Next, kind of I say arena match, but there's a point to it, I guess. Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston. Obviously, Kofi being part of the New Day, trying to put the New Day over, and everybody knows what kind of wrestler Kofi Kingston is. He'll go out there, give us all, do all these major spots for you. You got the Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, the mayor of Suplex City. Obviously, Brock Lesnar going back to Tokyo, former IWGP World Champion. So obviously there's a lot of history there with Lesnar in Tokyo and what he's done. So obviously Tokyo, that crowd's going to be so hot anyway because there's such a wrestling hotbed in Japan that I think Lesnar, the crowd will be so, they want him to turn babyface. whew, the babyface reaction he'll get in Japan will be second to none. Like I said, former IWGP World Champion, only one of like 3 Americans ever to hold that title, 3 or 4. So good to see him back in Japan, see what kind of reaction he gets. I got Lesnar getting the win over Kofi here. Next, kind of a random tag match. We have John Cena and Dolph Ziggler teaming up versus Kane and King Barrett. Obviously, Cena and Barrett and Ziggler have teamed up before. Obviously, doing stuff on at Survivor Series, and Ziggler actually winning the Survivor Series match for Team Cena. Kane and King Barrett just kind of random thrown together. I got the faces of Cena and Ziggler winning this. Our main event, the NXT World Title on the line. We have champion Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor. Obviously, this match, Finn Balor being the #1 contender in NXT for a while now. Obviously, this is his 6th match against Kevin Owens in NXT. He's won 4-1, one did in a DQ, 1 win and 4 losses. All these were for the title, triple threat matches, and Fatal 4-Ways. Finn Balor wrestled in New Japan for 8 years, from 2006 to 2014 before he came to WWE. Kind of a homecoming for him. One of the biggest factions in New Japan Pro Wrestling, the Bullet Club, was founded by Finn Balor, formerly known as Prince Devitt. Just excited to see him back in Japan. Obviously, Kevin Owens being the heel that he is, and Finn Balor coming home again in Tokyo. The crowd is so hot for Finn Balor. This would be a good spot. Obviously, Owens making the main roster, being on the main roster now, feuding with John Cena. This is a good chance to kind of dump an NXT title over to Finn Balor, let him feud with the Tyler Breezes of the world, the Salma Crow, and Hideo Itami when he comes back, and then late this year, early next year when Sami Zayn comes back and Samoa Joe. So there's a lot for Balor to feud with in NXT when Owens makes that leap to the main roster completely. I look at Finn Balor getting a victory here. I don't think it'll be a clean cut 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I see some Samoa Joe coming out and costing Owens the title. Maybe setting up a little feud with Owens and Joe in NXT. Give Joe a little NXT run, bring it to the main roster, and feud him with Owens in WWE. But I know there's been a lot of rumors out there of what's going to happen with Owens going forward. Obviously, he's got a U.S. title match at Battleground, which I'll be there live. Can't wait to see that. That's going to be just amazing to see. One thing and there's a rumor going around that SummerSlam is going to be Kevin Owens versus Lesnar for the world title. Okay. I mean, if we want to push Kevin Owens to the moon like that, I'm fine with that. What I could see coming out of that, I could see at Battleground, Seth Rollins losing to Lesnar. I don't want to see it, but I could see, based on that rumor, what the end result would be, and then having Owens beating Cena for the U.S. title, U.S. title versus world title. Just like Ultimate Warrior, Intercontinental Champion versus Hulk Hogan, World Champion. You really want to make Kevin Owens a badass, have him have the U.S. title and the world title at the same time. Not so sure it'll happen, and what you could do, you could have Sheamus, Money in the Bank winner, cash in, get the title. Or something else I thought they could do is have Owens battle Sheamus for the briefcase, which they've done before. Have Ambrose take the briefcase from Sheamus. Have him cash in on Owens. You set up the triple threat, Ambrose, Owens, Lesnar. Have Ambrose win that and go forward. You could do something with the Shield at that point. And there's rumors of the Shield getting back together, which I don't see at all. But obviously Roman Reigns feuding with Bray Wyatt. WWE finally realized he's not a future world champion. Dean Ambrose says. Just my opinion. So, alright, that wraps up the WWE Beast in the East preview. Coming to you live on the WWE Network July 4th at 4:30 a.m. Stay tuned to Rubber Sports Show after the show and for a full rundown review of it. As always, thanks for watching Rubber Sports Show and have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, the YouTube leader in sports channels.